Welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I'm joined by
Jason?
And Kelly, or not Kelly,
Eric. You know that you're half dwarf, right?
I think
What if I'm
Eric,
the Brad Pitt of dwarf kind?
Kelly, his wife, fucked it a lot.
What's up, guys? It's Steve. I had hair when I was younger.
Like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna totally make them do it. Oh!
What's up, guys? It's Steve with Ab Gaming, and welcome back to another 2.5 stars. I am joined by Eric,
Kelly.
Rick.
And Robert.
This week we watched Final Destination, directed by James Wong, written by Glenn Morgan, James Wong, and Jeffrey Reddick, starring Devon Sawa, Ollie Larder, and Kerr Smith. IMDb synopsis: after getting a premonition about a plane crash on his school trip, Alex, a student, saves a few of his classmates. However, their situation gets complicated when death starts chasing them. So what do you guys think?
Things do get complicated when death knocks on the door. Like, hey, I wasn't planning for that. You know.
What the fuck, Ellie? You gotta watch out when death's coming after you.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I always thought the Bloodworth guy was like supposed to be Death in this thing. Like, you know, he's just like talking to him about Death's plan and shit. And he's like, "You guys don't be fucking with that stuff."
Want to go down that route?
Where do you get some random dude who knows the shit that's coming after you too, and isn't just totally off base?
Yeah.
What are the odds of that? I think he really was Death, and the dude was just doing it for the lulz because it's fun. Like, could you imagine being Death? That shit would be fucking boring as fuck. You're like, oh, gonna go kill some more people. It's like, oh, I'm gonna give this idiot a premonition and make this shit interesting. It'll be fun.
Yeah, because he's in a lot of them. I think he's in everything until he passed away.
Yeah.
Well, and then if he can like turn into that one guy, who's to say he can't just make himself look like anybody?
Yeah, exactly.
So he could be a different black guy in every show, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Tony Todd passed away in 2024.
Oh, they could have had him fucking have Uncle Roger play the Death's human avatar.
He's just out here like
Why so weak?
I feel like the death guy, if it was a guy, I kind of wish they had like you could make a meme or something where there's a guy stumbling around in the background, and he's like, have you guys seen Paradise PD? He's like the old guy in Paradise PD where he's kind of a klutz, and he's fucked up all the time, and he's just bumbling around, and he's knocking shit over. He's like, fuck, I did it again. Well, fuck, I just want to kill this fucking kid, and he keeps getting out of it. God damn it. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Change this fucking from I get it's kind of a slasher flick, I guess. It's kind of, it has that kind of vibe, but it's not. And change it from that to a fucking comedy movie where it's just fucking bumbling Death trying to take somebody out. When he finally gets it, it's
Leslie
like fucking
Nielsen.
Yeah. Oh man.
He's like, how many clues can I give this guy and still get him?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Exciting.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, I don't know. I've watched like 3 of these things. I don't know if there's ever like a confirmation that Tony Todd's actually Death or something like that, but
I don't think they really delve that far enough into it to want to even deal with that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, this
why
is just
would
going to be a
Death wanna
random series
reveal-
of fucking unfortunate deaths. Is all these movies are.
Why
you know?
would Death even want to reveal his true identity? And that probably can't be good for his Hollywood career if he's actually Death. You know.
True.
True.
Yeah.
You want to go to that mortuary? You go to fucking Death's mortuary?
Yeah.
Oh my
Why
gosh.
do those two break in to that place
That's
after?
gotta be a conflict of interest as well. Like, it's Death and he runs a mortuary.
Yeah.
Okay, motherfucker. Okay. That's
They wanted to look at the friend's body. I think they were like trying to figure out if he tried to kill himself
Yeah.
or not
Because
because
We weren't sure yet. Okay.
yeah, somebody said
I don't
that he
think you
was
guys were paying attention. So what happened was
that's not
they
the
were eating
canonical
meat
reason.
out of Frank's refrigerator,
It's
and
true,
then they
got
both
the
got
hunger.
the hunger. and they had to break in there to cut a slab off, and then this guy caught him.
No.
And what you didn't see was later on he cut some off and was like, "Here, you can have it."
So
True.
the actual canonical reason they were looking at his dead body is because the guy, when he was alive, brag about how big his schwanz was. That's some sort of foreign lingo for dingus. And they wanted to verify.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. They just they needed the fucking confirmation.
They needed the closure.
And they weren't disappointed canonically.
No. Yeah, canonically,
They-
of course.
They had to cut it out of the strip or the fucking the scene out because it was obscene, you know.
Exactly. For the
'Cause
fucking god.
his giant corpse boner is like, oh well, the audiences aren't gonna like that, you know, because this was like 20 years ago.
Well, it's like Willem Dafoe. They had to like get him a dick double because his dick's too big.
True. It's true. I can't believe they actually had to fucking do that.
they
That's
really?
actually like a real
Yeah.
live fucking thing they actually
They're
had
like
to fucking do.
they said they had to switch him out or switch the penis out because the audiences wouldn't believe that it was real.
Yeah, there's like it's unbelievably real, and they just couldn't have
what
it on
fucking-
there.
What movie was that?
Are you
even
sure?
are you
Because I
talking
seen
about?
a video of him in a play, and it looked like a normal sized wiener to me.
Hold on,
Maybe
I'm
it was
looking
cold
it
on stage.
Exactly.
Oh, was
I
that
don't know.
was that in Spider-Man?
up. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was the
His
play
penis is
Spider-Man.
everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is the part where he, said to Spider-Man, like, "Listen, I can give you this grant, but you're gonna have to do some stuff for me." Before he was Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then after Spider-Man woke up from being drugged and stumbled out there, then the spider bit him.
Exactly.
Then he had to get his revenge.
Mm-hmm. These are facts about Spider-Man.
Well,
And then
I
he
mean-
and then he started a successful rap career for 20 years.
It was for a movie called Antichrist,
Oh,
2009.
I haven't seen that one.
Neither
Yeah.
have I.
I've only seen a few movies with William Dafoe in it, but he's got such a distinctive look that
Yeah.
it's easy to remember, you know.
Did we watch that movie with him where he hunts the Tasmanian tiger?
I don't think so.
That was a
What
pretty
movie
good
is that?
movie. I can't remember the name. It's like The Hunter or something. But it's pretty good because he's like hunting a Tasmanian tiger.
Yeah,
And
and-
it doesn't show his dingus or anything, but it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, honestly, when I'm like watching a movie, the deciding factor of like if I'm gonna watch the movie or not obviously depends on like how large the largest dingus is in the movie. You know what I mean? Like if it doesn't have a large dingus, I'm like,
you
what's
want-
even the fucking point? You know,
want the
like
the total cumulative feat of dingus. You know?
exactly. Like I want to get my money's worth of dingus.
Body
here.
mass
Jesus
alone.
Okay. Yeah. You know, like.
Now, are you factoring in girth as well, there, Ricky? Or
Well, yeah. Like obviously, like
Or is
the
it-
total dingus mass. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure Stephen Hawking created a formula to like calculate the total dingus mass. You know?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
called The
okay.
Hunter.
Yeah.
The Hunter,
So
okay.
yeah, it's called the
Yeah,
Hunter
I might
formula.
pick that for my next movie. I liked it. I was also really tired,
Speaking-
and I watched it in the middle of the night. So
Speaking of old timey actors hunting tigers, fucking what is it? Ghost in the Darkness was a really good movie
I don't think we
Oh,
watched
yeah.
that one either.
with Val Kilmer.
yeah, I thought we might have watched that. Robert's
think so.
on here enough. Maybe we could give him a choice, but the requirement would be he'd have to watch the movie.
Ooh, I
That
watched
he
season
picked.
1. I could maybe fucking remember enough of it.
Yeah,
if you
Ghost in
if
the
you have to,
Darkness
if,
is a great movie though.
the biggest thing is if you subject us all to it, you have to watch it as well. So
yeah, that's the only thing.
even if you've
Okay.
watched it before, you still have to watch it again.
Even if I just know it from the recap I saw on the internet.
That's right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Dang.
Yep.
Now,
It's just
if the
part of-
cumulative
part of the way it works.
trailers are actually like equally long
Still doesn't work, Ricky.
or longer.
Still doesn't work. You got to watch the fucking movie.
Ricky, don't let us know what you're doing. Just say that Rick, you've watched every movie, right?
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Right. Just say,
I mean,
yes, I have. Why would I
Yeah.
never have?
In
Of course,
fairness,
dude.
playing devil's advocate here on Ricky's behalf. If you watch enough trailers, you've practically seen the movie anyway.
My God, that's so fucking true. It's
Well, I'm
not
just saying,
even,
like sometimes
those guys are
there is
dicks.
more
Oh,
trailer
shit.
footage than there is of the actual fucking movie. Like,
Yeah.
and that's not an
that movie
exaggeration,
sounds like it
dude.
would have a lot of dick in it. Trailer footage.
Yeah, I'm just saying, dude.
That sounds like a white trash gay porno. Trailer footage.
Trailer footage.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Honestly, I
From
think we did.
from the creators of Girls Gone Wild, we've got trailer footage.
I like honestly, like I think we just created the greatest
Oh
name
my
for
God.
our
Why-
for our $1 million
why is there-
idea.
Why is our podcast not called trailer footage?
There was a while that would have made a lot more sense because Kelly and I were living in a trailer for like more than half of this.
Yeah.
So, and Steve and Ricky's home is like
I mean, it's just
I
a big
think
trailer that
might
you,
be an upgrade.
yeah,
It would be.
It's just a giant trailer. You can't put it on wheels, but it'll fall apart
Yeah.
just the same if you try to move it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, this thing gave me unreasonable fears of so much shit. Like the bathroom scene where the shit
Yes.
breaks and wraps around his neck. I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, no fucking like weird ropes in the bathroom or anything like that.
No, yeah.
'Cause I'm
shower
clumsy
curtains
enough.
gone, all that
Yeah,
shit.
I'm clumsy enough. I will fucking trip and kill myself with something like that.
Like if the soap drops, I'm just like gonna crawl out of the fucking bathtub and be like, nope, and I'm just gonna crawl my naked ass out of the bathroom. I'm like, no. And people are gonna be like, what are you doing? I was like, the soap dropped and I'm not about to fucking die. All right.
Ricky, if you keep looking in the mirror and saying Willem Dafoe's name in a bunch of times, you wouldn't have to worry about that.
Just a fucking you get the smile when it goes through.
He's just out of the darkness, his face and smile, and then you
Yeah.
can see like it's like 12 o'clock based on his
Oh,
schlong direction
Like,
with the
shit.
shadows.
Oh man.
You know, like
What's
usually,
that
like
weird
it's
shadow on
like
that? Oh my God!
yeah, like usually, like
fully
it's
erect.
like it's like the shadow of the person like going over you. No, it's just the shadow of his dong fading over your face, and you just have like you look up with this absolute like horrified but also kind of awestruck look on your face, and and just the movie just cuts to black, and that's the end of the movie.
This is a new fucking scene in Nosferatu. 'Cause
Yeah.
they do that shit where it's like the hand goes across the town and stuff like that with the shadow.
Exactly, but this time it's just Willem Dafoe's massive dong. It's just like the entire town just is about to get fucked.
You're like, is that John Cena? No, that's Willem Dafoe.
Uh-huh.
John Cena would at least like ease it in too, because he seems like a nicer guy.
Exactly.
Willem
John
Dafoe is
Cena,
crazy.
John Cena is who they use for the sequel.
Oh,
John
fuck.
Cena's going to be considerate about it. Willem Dafoe's just going to be like, yeah, and you're like, oh God.
Exactly. Like
No.
John Cena will at least whisper sweet nothings in your ear. Okay, like before
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like he'll get you in the mood. Like he'll get your motor running before he does it.
God damn it,
You
Ricky.
know.
Where Sean William Scott dies also fucking didn't want to go near trains for a long time.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want something fucking flipping up and hitting me in the fucking neck or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
It's like
Hell no.
especially
From the
okay, so
sounds
like,
of it, Ricky's still excited about going near trains. So
I'm just saying, like, okay, like, especially like here, I'm here in our town, like, there's a lot of like tweaker bums that hang out near the tracks there. And they throw a lot of like random like debris on and near the tracks there, like
It's
metal and
pronounced-
shit and
it's
shit
pronounced
like that.
debris.
So it's like if you're even near that motherfucker when a train goes by, you have no idea where that fucking debris is gonna go fucking flying off. Like it literally might just final destination your ass. So it's like, I think I'm just gonna stay the fuck away from all fucking train tracks at this point in time. Let's fuck.
I would
Even
if there's
risking
all
that.
the tweaker bums living there. There's no
Yeah.
reason
Yeah.
to be around that shit.
You don't need to be
No.
hanging out with the tweaker bums. That's not a good plan.
No. I mean, I would say we live on the wrong side of the tracks, but unfortunately we don't. It's just That's how shitty the wrong side of the tracks is. Is that it's
Well, you
spread
do,
over
Ricky,
to the other
so
side.
do we. We live on the wrong side of the California border.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole thing now is on
Exactly.
the wrong side of the tracks.
Just sort of spread.
What kind of
California
alcohol
is
was
a
that?
shithole now.
What kind of alcohol did that teacher have in her fucking house that it just blew up like that? Like, what was she doing? Like,
My grade vodka.
400 proof fucking moonshine.
Yeah, she's got
Up
He's
and
fucking
down
over there
Joe
just
Mankish.
drinking straight Everclear.
Fuck. You just distill that down to straight
the
pure
tea-
fucking ethanol.
the-
It's like,
the
this is
teacher-
good.
She gets it in the fucking cooking aisle.
Uh-huh. Just goes over there to the racetrack and just like pulls out a jug like, hey, I'm gonna smash some of that pure ethanol into my fucking cup here. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm gonna go get fucked up. It's like fucking shit.
Now, that's a hardcore alcoholic that could do that.
Ew.
Fuck.
I'm just saying, like, you got something that can fucking do that, man. Like, you got bigger problems than that shit blowing up on you. Like, honestly, there's probably fucking a good reason that happened to you. Like, you kind of brought that upon yourself.
See, if this lady would have been one of those awesome women who have sex with her students, this never would have happened to her.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. But no.
Why do you think she was going to France? All right.
Mhm.
Oh, jeez. I watched. Think she was going. She's a fucking French student. Not even fucking. Oh, jeez,
man.
that's fucking bad. I couldn't help it. But yeah, the
God damn it, Eric.
fucking makes me laugh. Anyways, so yeah, it's like, I mean, you know, otherwise he could suffer some real injuries from high-fiving all of his friends too much. He could really blow his shoulder out.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought this is how everybody thinks about stuff because I've been injured a lot of times. So this is like I think about all of the stuff where you're like, what could happen plays out in my head all the time. It's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
I've watched somebody almost hit Stan in the head with a baseball bat. When Stan was born, they're going to cut his umbilical cord. This fucking old gal's got the scissors. She's just reefing in there as the other lady's bringing Stan towards the scissors. And I stuffed my hand in there like, and I mean, like, she stabbed into my hand, which is made of Eric palm skin. Okay. Not
Worn
fucking
in
thin-ass
like an
baby
old
skin.
catcher's mitt.
Yeah, it's like an old catcher's mitt. It's been well used. Anyways, there should be hair growing on it.
God damn
Fucking
it.
stabbed in there and actually cut me. And I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
what are you
And that's
doing
with
there,
Eric's
lady?
reflexes too.
Yeah, this is slow ass. Like, that's how my brain has to work to react to anything. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, she's going to stab the kid. Nope, stuffing my hand in there. Poof, stab me.
You might
I
have
looked and I was
those
like, you
cat
might want to be
reflexes
careful
now.
there.
It's possible
that,
that you have
Robert?
those dad reflexes now where you just like, you know, you just fucking like throw your hand out there magically and don't know how you fucking did it that quick.
You don't have it for anything else but to do something. to
Yeah.
the kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've kept him from getting have things happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, I mean, at a certain point, though, that kid is going to be the wrecking ball because he kind of already is getting to that point. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
it's
definitely.
also related to Kelly, and there's
That's
a
what's-
lot of nonsense with that.
That's
kid.
what I'm saying.
So
Like,
we've got this old wood stove in the kitchen, and he's playing, and he just runs and just rams his head right into the top of it, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
god! And he didn't
And-
cut himself, but
yeah.
I mean, it had to have been like
yeah.
just tiny amounts, and he's like, oh, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh,
And
that
at this
hurt me. Turns
point,
to
like, you're kind of
looks
like
at me
more
like, "Shit."
worried that he dented the fucking stove instead of his head.
dude, I'm not shitting you. There's a part on it, like right there by that corner. It's a little loose now, and I'm like, did he do that?
Probably, man. I mean, he's got Kelly's just unyielding, like, unmovable fucking, like, power there. Where, like, if he
The immovable
stops,
object.
like, he is not fucking moving, and then just you're just wrecking ball of a fucking head. So it's like, like he's got the best of both of you guys' worlds there. So he's like, yeah.
I don't know. Kelly's got quite the wrecking ball as well, so
Yeah.
it could have just
Confirmed.
been fucking set from the start. He was gonna have a wrecking ball of a head.
Oh yeah, he is. Kelly's dad wears a fucking size 8 baseball cap.
Jesus.
Isn't that the same
Yeah.
size you wear?
Yes. That's abnormal though.
Is it? I think that's
Yeah,
the same
that's
size I
huge.
wear.
Most people wear like a 7 and a fucking, I don't know, some tiny ass head size.
Like a normal head size that he calls tiny.
Tiny.
That's
That's
why
tiny
Eric has
shit,
to get
dude.
special glasses and headphones because shit doesn't fit his head properly if he doesn't.
That is true. These things here are like
like,
I got glasses. I didn't have to get special glasses. They just stretch around.
yeah.
They just flex. They just flex open to fit.
Uh-huh.
I gotta say, my life would have been a lot more uncomfortable had I been 6'4". If I was like, you took a picture of me on an iPad and just stretched it out to where I'm 6'4", I'm not fitting in anything. You know,
Like if you just
No.
upscaled you that
yeah,
much.
my shoulders would be too big to fit anywhere. I'd fucking wouldn't fit anywhere. It'd be horrible. Horrible. My head would be like an 8.5.
Oh yeah.
Dad would have called me Buckethead when I was in like 12th grade. Or when I was 12, rather. Holy shit, look at the size of this kid's melon.
People would have looked at you and looked at mom and been like, "Are you sure that's yours?
Yeah, I know.
Like what the? How did that come out of you? What the fuck?"
At the very least, they would have been giving her fucking condolence fucking flowers.
They should have anyways. It took like 19 hours to birth me.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All the other kids, every kid after me was like less than a 20-minute birth.
I guess I barely made it to the hospital when I got popped
Yeah.
out.
That's why Dad hated me so much. He's like, "You piece of shit! You fucking blew it out. It's like a fucking, it's like an empty hallway now."
God damn it. God damn it. What the fuck?
It's fucked up.
Damn it, dude.
Fucking kid ruined it. God damn it. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know. I think about all that stuff like that anyway. So you guys are talking about. I'm like, oh look, this kid's finally not being an idiot. It took me a long time to get that way, though. When I was a kid, I thought that like nailing over 16 penny nails on the top of a shed with 1/2-inch tagline would be more than enough to hold me in the tagline, zip lining down it.
Yeah.
Spoiler
know?
alert! It was not.
Yeah. It didn't make it.
It did look pretty awesome when you were ziplining down it and it broke. You looked badass, okay? In fairness.
The one thing I didn't ever get any credit from Robert or Dan over was I never made them go first on any of my contraptions. Never.
You
I was
always
like,
wanted to
"I'll
do
take
them the
the maiden
most.
run." I know. That's why I did it too. Like, there's
You're
a lot
like-
of kids that are like, "Oh, that might be dangerous. I'm staying away. I'll wait a second." Meanwhile, I'm so pumped it'll work, and then it didn't. There was a lot of it didn't.
A lot of them did work just fine, and we had a lot of
Yeah.
fun with those.
I was good at tying knots.
Yeah.
The bowling knot I tied in the other end of the
Well, you-
tagline worked great. It didn't go anywhere.
You were in the Boy Scouts for a little bit, weren't you?
That's not where I learned how to tie knots.
Oh, it's not? What did Dad teach you?
No. Nope. I found it in the encyclopedia. We had these really old encyclopedias, and they had how
Oh.
to tie knots in there.
Shit, I didn't even see that shit. They're
Yeah.
probably burned up now, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. They're all burned up. Remember those? Well, never mind. They had really funny definitions about stuff. They were from like the 20s. So they had like, these idiots think you can get a rocket to the moon. Here's all the math proving you can never do that. The math might be right or it might be wrong. I don't know. If somebody besides the government told me, I might believe it. At this point, I don't know.
Yeah. I have
But
to
this is
think
a
about
shame.
all the safety shit now for work. That's my job. making sure we don't
Steve's like,
fucking
"Oh, this is an
have
OSHA violation."
Yep.
Pretty much.
Doing everything I can to make sure OSHA
What's
doesn't show up is
interesting
what it is.
Is the how little overlap OSHA and safety have? That's the interesting part. It's like you do all the OSHA shit. That doesn't mean someone's not getting fucked up by something stupid.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of why everything has, warning and safety labels on it now. Like, I mean, you get a fucking, like a burger or something like that there, and it's like, it tells you, like, unwrap the food before you eat it. Like, please cook this entirely frozen solid raw meat before consuming.
Oh my god! So this
That's just a bunch of liberal bullshit. You can disregard that.
so this tech podcaster guy is kind of like a handyman too. Anyway, so he brought on this podcast. He brought a operator's manual from a truck from, like, can't remember, the 50s or the 60s, and it tells you how to retard and advance the engine in the fucking operator's manual.
Yeah.
And how to do timing, and I mean all the stuff you need to know. And I'm like, holy shit, they had a lot more faith in the public than they do now. Now they're like, oh, if car no turn on, put key in, turn car on. Did that fix it? Holy shit, are you kidding me? This is your advice?
Because they don't. It's because they don't want you to fix it. Because for one, you got to take it to the dealership, otherwise you void the warranty.
Yeah.
And also, if they tell you how to fix it and it doesn't work and you fuck it up, they can be sued. So they don't want to tell you how to do it.
Also,
Everybody's sue happy.
Also, I did work
Yeah.
as fucking IT in the Marine Corps, and there were senior individuals who I had to make sure that their fucking machine was plugged in, and that's why their computer wasn't turning on.
I did that in corporate America as well. There was a lot of people where I was like, they were like, the computer won't turn on. I was like, is it plugged in? Yeah, it's plugged in. I go in there and plug it in. And then I was like, now it's plugged in. Turn it on. Oh, it works now. Cool.
Magic, huh?
Jeez.
Uh-huh.
Shit. That's like the Clark Griswold of fucking, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Or just complaining about the computer's cup holder not fucking working anymore. Like, what do you mean cup holder? You push the little button and it pops out. You mean the CD tray? You're not supposed to put your cup in that. It's not made for that. It's made for CDs.
It's my favorite scene in The Office when Andy's like, "Oh, Mr. Computer, are you hungry?" And he opens up the CD tray, puts a thing of bologna loaded up with mayonnaise and mustard on it every time, and then he puts it there. Oh, whoopsie! And then there's Jay's 2 cents YouTube video where he's sneezing and he has a squirt bottle because he's doing a stress test on a GPU, and he's squirting on GPU, running a fucking benchmark with water, and it like blinks out but comes back to life, and I had tears in my eyes, was kicking the fucking thing. Kelly probably still remembers it was almost as bad as the ghost show where they give the guy diarrhea.
Damn it.
I was
Fucking
laughing so hard.
diarrhea.
I almost passed out during that one.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
you did.
Wait,
And then
did
he's
I
like,
pass
I'm gonna
out?
watch it again. I'm like, oh god.
And then we watched it for the podcast.
Yeah.
I think I did actually really enjoy it that time too. It was great. Anyways, if you really want to laugh, watch that video. It's so fucking funny. He like sneezes and squirts the fucking GPU, and it's like he does all this. Oh, whoops! It's just dumb shit on it. It's stuff I don't know why. There's like a little part of a lot of men where they're like, "Oh my god, he's doing the thing you're not supposed to."
Well, I mean,
funny.
we kind of, get that, that joy out of watching someone do something we know that they absolutely should not be doing. We're like, do it. Go on, do it. Do what happens.
You won't.
Just go ahead, do it. Do it. It's like that episode of fucking Titus
how
where his fucking dad
how
fucking
do
lets him
you
fucking
think-
stick a fork in the outlet.
Yeah.
He's
How
like,
do
I bet you won't do
think
that
we ended
again.
up with horses, dude? How do you think? Because they were just weird animals, and somebody fucking jumped on one and rode it.
Mhm. Exactly.
It was some dude.
Someone's like, hey,
He
I
was
bet you
probably
I-
drunk on a dare. Also,
I-
probably how he got alcohol.
Exactly.
Hey, drink this stinky shit.
Exactly.
what
They're probably,
happens.
they're
No
probably like, hey,
balls.
you know those fucking rotten apples that are making the squirrels act funny, and they go jump on that giant fucking horse out there and see what happens. Okay, dude.
Holy shit.
It's like, then the guy survives and comes back riding the horse, and he's like, "Fuck, I was trying to kill him. I thought like if the rotten apples don't poison him, the horse is gonna stomp him to death." And now he's riding back drunk as fuck on the back of a horse. What the fuck? The first failed
Damn it.
murder attempt.
You know those motherfuckers were like, all right, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
What probably happened is he got kicked off the horse after a couple seconds and got stomped to death. But the other guys were there like, oh, there's potential here. We're figuring this shit out.
What probably
There's
happened is
some
the guy got
like our
kicked
dad who's
off,
like,
fell off,
"Dude, get
got
up
back
there,
up
you're
like nothing
right."
fucking happened because he was too drunk. And they're like, wait a minute. You eat those rotten apples and you feel funny and you don't feel pain anymore? Fuck yes. Let's do this shit. We're all doing it now.
To be fair, it is rad to do that. I mean, it is. It's fun.
You know, yeah. I mean, you got to
Fun
find
as fuck.
some way to fucking entertain yourself back in those days. You know
Yeah,
what
I mean, if
And-
you're in the middle of the fucking whatever the hell that place is, and
Yeah.
there's nothing else going on, like you might as well be shit faced.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Exactly.
have a good time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're already eating a bunch of other weird shit. You might as well eat the fucking things that make the squirrel and deer fucking act funny.
Fuck the amount of shit that we human beings have lived through is probably like would probably boggle the mind.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah.
Holy shit balls. I'm
The-
just
the
glad
se-
we don't have
The second movie
Go
in
ahead.
this is the one with the logs.
is that
When-
the
when
log truck?
Kelly had said we're watching this one, I was thinking it was the log truck one, but it's the
Yeah.
airplane one. It's this one.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is a fucking like prequel to like some other like one that's like way later in this whole film thing too. It's like this one, or not a prequel, but a sequel. I guess it's after some other shit happens. That's what it was.
Oh, so down the line, there's a movie that happens before timeline wise.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because
and-
I was actually thinking about that today, like as we were starting. I'm like, I'd like to know, like, has he always had like a kind of like a gift, or is all of a sudden he's just like, oh, this plane's gonna crash? That's just weird.
Yeah, that was kind of like my whole fucking thing. There was like they never actually explained why the fuck he had
It's
that
because-
premonition.
It's because Death gave it to him for the lols, okay? It's not complicated.
So my running theory is that he drank a bunch of alcohol and popped a couple Ambien before he got on the flight.
Motherfucker was just robo-tripping.
Yeah. I mean, like, highly not recommended to ever do that, but that's my running theory on what he did.
I knew some guys who got kicked out of the Marine Corps for robo-tripping.
Yeah, it's a good thing that they
That's
probably
how I
did.
learned about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys were getting in trouble? What the fuck were you doing? They're like, robo-tripping. I'm like, the fuck is that? And then they explained it to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, sounds dumb. You're fucking retarded.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's a really good way to go to sleep and never wake up again, isn't it?
so the movies go. There's a movie called Final Destination, Destination Zero. This one takes place in the 1800s. Then there's one that's then it's Final Destination 5. This is the one right before the movie we just watched. And then it's this
Okay.
one, and then 2, and then something called Death of the Senses. I don't know if these are fucking movies. I've never heard of these.
Yeah.
And then Dead Reckoning, and then Destination Zero. I guess there's a modern storyline in that movie. And then 3, and then it's like a big fucking jumble. Weird.
I actually
Yeah.
have a question about these.
Uh-huh.
So are they actual movies, or is this some fucking money laundering scheme to smuggle money from like Eastern European mafia or something?
I don't know.
Why not both?
Like I know they actually make a real movie, but like, is it a serious attempt at making a movie, or is it just like I said, just a money laundering scheme?
I would
'Cause
say
I
that's
know-
probably what happens with fucking like Sharknado and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure a lot of
Absolutely.
movies are just money laundering schemes. It's
Destination
fucking-
Zero is a fucking book. Not even a graphic novel. It's just a book.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why the fuck would you want to read that?
What the fuck?
What the? Yeah, that's. It doesn't seem
So I was
like
typing it
that'd be-
into IMDb, and there is a movie. I believe that's what it is. I haven't seen anything more information on it. Post production expected May 16th of this year. Final Destination Bloodline.
Yeah, I did see that one
So-
too.
Heck,
So,
is that? And Tony Todd's supposed to be rumored in it, but obviously they did some filming before.
So there's going to be a new one, is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Jesus
what it
fucking
looks like.
Christ. Swear to God, they're fucking trying
So
to do.
the destination
with-
is not very final, as it turns out.
Yeah,
It's like Final Fantasy, man.
yeah, it just keeps going. hmm
Yeah, they don't have anything about it. Like it doesn't say
Yeah.
what's going on with it or anything. So I don't know.
That's why I was even guessing it was a movie because I'm like,
You know who
not
doesn't
sure.
lie about the finality of their destination? Destination Fucked with Aussie Man Reviews.
yes.
Jeez. Well, so I don't know. This was an all right movie. I didn't think it was terrible.
No, honestly,
You
like
know?
it's not like too bad there. It's kind of like, between this one here and the second one, I feel like these first two movies are what gave most of the, adult generation nowadays their irrational fears, This is where all of our irrational
helped.
fears came from,
But then, like,
I mean,
doesn't
I
it
did-
also like bring you awareness of what can actually go on. Like,
Yeah.
how many people are there? A lot of more safe drivers because of the log truck scene in the second one.
I mean,
I hope so. 'Cause
yeah.
I
No.
keep my damn distance.
That's just from me yelling at you to get the fuck away from their back tires.
Oh, I don't want to be near them. I've seen the movie. That's what started it.
Oh,
Nice
you
job
have,
Yeah.
taking that
you
credit,
have
though.
you have to backseat drive on her too, don't you?
Yep.
I do that with Pumpkin. I yell at her for following too close.
Well, I rode in trucks with Dad. I watched it. He showed me, like, oh yeah, watch this. This tire's about to blow up. Watch this stupid ass car. Watch this. The tire blew out. The car veered off the road. Dad chuckled and continued on. I don't know what happened to the car. He says that's what they get, and I'm like, okay, holy shit! It was bad enough they veered off the road at doing 55 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you're going to ride right next to a truck, not passing when there's nobody in front of you,
God,
Fuck
I
you.
know, right?
you're an
Just-
idiot.
Just get past.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or they like to
You
pull
don't
up
you don't
right in
squat
the
next
truck's
to a
blind
fucking
spot.
truck. Oh, it wasn't a blind spot. It's just the tires can blow up, and when they blow up, they can do substantial damage to your
Oh, I
car.
know it. I fucking have seen videos of people getting fucking murked from fucking truck tires fucking blowing up, dude. It's
Yeah.
those things ain't no fucking joke, man. Like you
You
don't
really
want
want
to
to
that
see some fucked
shit.
up shit they
And
got.
also, there's a lot of truck drivers who enjoy the meth a little too much.
Yes, they do.
And,
Yeah. That's
Their
true.
blind spot attentiveness. I don't know if that helps that situation. You know what I mean? So maybe it is safe to just not be in their blind spot either.
Yeah, probably best that you just don't. It's just like if you see
Yeah.
if you see a large truck in general, maybe just stay the fuck away from it. It
Just-
doesn't matter what the fuck it's hauling. Just either
Even
stay
if-
back behind
even
it
if
or
they're-
get in front of it quickly.
Even if they're not an insane method, just assume they are
Yeah,
and get away from them.
yeah.
And that's the safe answers. Just
Hey,
assume.
You know what I like to do
Exactly.
when I'm driving long distance? I like to find a truck who's not driving stupid, and then I'll be like 4 seconds behind them, and I just stay there.
Yeah, you
It's
just
nice.
just fucking
They
cruise
take
by
care of
them at a.
all the driving. Oh, there's
Yeah.
a deer. They're slowing down.
You just
Oh,
draft
there's
them.
a fucking road thing. They're slowing down. And I was like, you just kind of sit back there and you could turn your brain off a little bit. Because they're
Yeah.
not going to do anything substantially stupid. They're in a truck. They're a professional
Usually not.
driver.
Usually not.
You know?
And you can like
Just
if you
don't
find
cruise
one
in their
that's cruising-
blind spot.
Exactly.
Or
like
don't just stay squatted next to their fucking trailer tires.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't
Those
do
things
either of those.
explode. Or their drivers, which is the back tires.
Yeah.
Just go by them. Get the fuck out of the either stay a safe distance behind or just get the fuck around them.
Mm-hmm.
I loved listening to Dad have things to say when I was riding with him when I was a kid. Like, look at this fucking moron. What the hell's wrong with this guy? I ought to just swerve over them and just knock their right off into the ditch.
Have you watched
This guy's an idiot.
Final Destination 2, Eric?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah. And that one, it's the load that comes loose and then fucking bounces along and kills
Yeah,
a bunch of people
I
on the
don't.
highway.
I don't
That
think
doesn't
that's even possible.
That's
No.
gonna
That's-
drive me nuts.
That's not happening.
Well, it's going to be
It'll probably
especially
ruin the
great
whole
because
fucking movie.
they CG'd all the logs because they couldn't get them to bounce the way they wanted to because they tried to do it
I just heard that
in real
too.
life.
I was like,
Because
Yeah.
they just fall down. They
Yeah.
don't bounce or do
Well,
any
they
weird
kind of fall
shit.
down and roll a little bit, and then they're done.
That's weird.
You know, but like
Yeah.
they needed to bounce like bouncy
Wait,
balls.
Did they fall off the side or was it some weird out the back thing? I don't remember.
They fall off the side, I believe.
Okay, so the fucking the bunk opens up basically. Yeah.
Basically, if they don't trip their stakes, I'm just gonna be like, this is bullshit. That can never happen. Even if the fucking thing breaks, they have binders on there.
It's Death
Yeah.
doing it, though. Remember, Death is trying to kill these people.
Okay.
Yeah, but he wants plausible deniability, so he's not.
Yeah,
just,
I know. He can't just be like denying. Otherwise, it's like, why not just give him an aneurysm
Yeah.
Mhm.
or have him take the COVID vaccine a couple months earlier?
He thinks it's funnier this way, all right?
Exactly. He's out there
Okay,
giving
but
truckers
he-
meth.
That's a
He
good
was
shot.
He's like-
totally doing this shit for the lulz. He was trying to have a good time.
Because I think
Yeah.
a pipe goes through somebody's head too from like a fucking like some
Hmm.
construction truck driving by. No.
That's just like that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll check
The
this
truth
shit out.
Wouldn't
is
it
It's
be
good.
funny
fucking
if he
cool.
We're
roots
like,
for the
what the
people
fuck?
too? He's like, duck, 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 duck. Oh, you didn't duck, buddy. You got
Like-
goosed.
It's like the fucking guys in God damn it, Eric. It's like the guys in fucking Cabin in the Woods that are like watching the monsters kill everybody.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there behind a fucking console, like, all right, let's do this. All right, let's see what happens. Oh man, I got fucking money on this guy to win.
Just like, make it, make it, make it. Oh, didn't make it. Dang. Ooh.
There's actually just a
That's
bunch
sad.
of deaths, and they're over there all, having a fucking pool over it. Who'd, if they gets them, is this gonna get him? Is this gonna get him? Oh, no!
Have you guys ever
Kramer's
watched
definitely
Miracle Workers, the Daniel Radcliffe thing? Where he
No,
like the
you
first
told me about it. I turned it on, and then something happened, and I turned it off.
so the first season is
I don't
like God decided, I'm done with Earth. We're just gonna restart it. We're gonna redo this. And so like Daniel Radcliffe's some angel that's supposed to be like granting prayers and things, but he can't do it super noticeable. So he's like, blowing some wind this way or that to cause different things to happen. I'm just imagining like Death being there, being way more heavy handed with this shit with the machines. It's just like, and thing breaks. Let's see what happens. So
Like,
there's just
"Alright,
a
we put
department that, Radcliffe's character's like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't do that shit. And guy's like, it's all right. It'll be fine.
Fine. Everything's fine.
Don't be a baby. Come on now.
It's like, look
There's
at this
like-
sick crack I put in this well. This thing's totally
Yeah.
gonna give. Awesome.
But there's like I think 4 seasons of it now. So like the first season is about that. Then there's one about the apocalypse. Like it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of Fallout style one. There's like a Western one where they're like coming across the Oregon Trail. There's one more, I can't remember what it was, but they're pretty good. And they're just kind of like an anthology series of different weird stories and shit. So
Just Harry Potter doing miracles in secret.
not even
not
that.
try-
Like
Not trying to be too on the nose.
no, like I think he's like a fucking raider in the post-apocalyptic one, so he's like killing people and stuff. So he's not like they're not the same characters or anything like that. It's
Okay.
just like a different story completely.
But with Daniel Radcliffe
Yeah,
playing.
I think
the
Miracle
protagonist.
Workers is just the name of the show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so basically they just like someone's coming up with these funny stories that Daniel
Yeah.
Radcliffe's participating in,
Mm-hmm.
and he's different characters.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Kind of like what was
And
that?
that's Harry Potter, right? Was I
Yes.
correct in that?
You were
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
Yes, it's kind of like they're
I
kind of
was-
like what is
wasn't
that?
100%.
American Horror Storying this
Some
there
comedy
with,
shit,
like,
yeah.
some comedy shit though.
Don't they have different people on that one though?
American Horror Story.
They're mostly
Yeah.
the same people.
Different
Yeah,
actors and shit. Oh,
It's
they
mostly
do
the same people. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
No, I
mostly
thought
they
mostly
had, like-
fluctuate a little bit.
yeah, but it's mostly
thought they
like
had,
the
like, different
main
celebrities
set
and shit.
cast, and then they'll like add or remove a couple like extra people here and there, from what I understand of it.
Yeah.
Like so, but like the main characters are usually the same
Well,
people.
what makes it confusing is when some of the characters interact with each other from different stories, and it's the same actors. So you're
Yeah.
like, you don't know if like you're like, or they come in and you're like, wait, is this one that one or the
Yeah.
other? I don't know which one that's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's like I'm just not even gonna attempt to fucking comprehend what this is. I'm just gonna go with the ride and be like, okay, this dude's now two different people in the same episode. Okay, that's cool.
You're like, I don't know what's going on now.
Yeah.
All right. What rating did you guys give this movie?
Give this movie 3 stars.
I'll give it 3.5 stars.
I will give this 2.5 stars.
I'll give it 3.5 stars.
And what is Robert's ridiculous rating today?
What are you gonna give us, Robert?
I will give it 2 mob laundry mats.
Mob laundromats. Okay.
Nice.
Now those aren't as good as mob delis, okay?
Exactly. Exactly.
But
Yeah,
they're
get
all
the
right.
gabagool.
They get it done.
Exactly. You know.
Babadooey.
Next week is Groundhog Day, and I don't know how we haven't watched this yet, but we're gonna watch Groundhog Day.
I don't know how the fuck we haven't watched
Oh,
it
awesome.
either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Is it
I mean,
about
like-
the
I mean,
damn
like-
groundhog?
that's
Yeah,
right.
It is.
yeah. I mean, like, honestly, I don't even know what this movie is about.
No.
It's about
Pretty great.
Tom Cruise has to fight aliens, and Emily
Yeah.
Blunt is there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's
okay.
in pretty good shape.
And doesn't Tom Cruise get covered in alien jizz?
At some point,
Mm.
that's how his
I mean,
normal
he
day
is
is.
a
Though.
Scientologist.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
That's
how
how
he
that's how he lives his life.
Exactly.
That's
how he
at
gets
the
rid
end-
of his thetans.
Yeah.
At the end of every day, he needs to do that to clean up his thetans. You know.
Yeah. Exactly. You know.
All right. So next week, check us out Sunday, 7:00 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be talking about the movie Groundhog Day. And then next Wednesday, we'll probably be playing some more Valheim, 7:00 p.m. Pacific time, youtube.com/Turgeterplays and twitch.tv/Turgeterplays. That'll be
I had
it.
to stretch.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be it. Thanks for watching, everybody. And we'll talk to you next week.
I drooled a little bit.
I hate you.
while I was
Bye.
stretching.
Bye. Ricky's over there with his Defoe, fucking shoving it in.
You know
Oh,
what?
God.
That's what I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna call it my Defoe.